Oh, yeah. What's up, everybody? Ollie here. And if you go to an English speaking country, you are likely going to eat in a restaurant. And that's why in today's lesson, I will teach you some of the expressions that a waiter or waitress might say, and also what a customer could say as well. And I'm really excited because at the end, we are going to do some speaking practice. That's right, you're going to have a conversation with me. I'm going to be the waiter and you are going to be the customer. And in case we are meeting for the first time, I want to let you know that every week we help you to understand fast speaking natives, be understood by anyone, and connect to the world. And today's shout out goes to Kunal from New Delhi in India. Actually, I spoke to him yesterday on the Real Life podcast and speaking app. We spoke for about 8 minutes and he told me about his life in India, and it was a great conversation. And if you're interested in getting podcast transcripts and speaking to people from around the world, I invite you to download the app. I've linked it in the description below. What's up, everybody watching on live? I can see people from India. I see people from France here, so it's great to see lots of people. If you don't know me, I am Ollie. I am from Australia, and I am currently living in the beautiful city of Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. So great. I can see Kunal in the chats. That's fantastic. I've had Mozambique, Brazil, Turkey. We have lots and lots of different people here. It's great to see our regular people here. Now, this lesson is really important, so we're going to get started straight away. I'm going to show you some expressions for when you might arrive at the restaurant, okay? If you have alternatives, or if I haven't put something here, make sure you leave a comment and tell me alternatives to what I've had. Oh, and before we start, I'm going to be on Instagram after this live lesson, and I'm going to be answering your questions there. So when you see the story with me, make sure you leave me a question. Okay, great. I can see people from France, Ethiopia, Canada. Oh, wow, everyone. Canada, Bangkok, a lot of people from India. So when you arrive at the restaurant, you can call in advance, or you can just arrive at the restaurant and the waiter might say to you, how many will be dining tonight? Or how many are in your party? How many are in your party is quite American, okay? We probably wouldn't say that in Australia. And I don't know if they would say that in the UK. Maybe Andrea can confirm with us in the comments. So we have how many are in your party? How many? Or the waiter might simply say a table for 4 because they have recognized that there are only 4 people and that's what they think you're going to have. Important to note, a waiter is for male workers and a waitress is for females, okay? Hi, everyone. Andrea is in the comments. Thank you so much, Pedro, for watching the class today. Oh, I know Pedro. I think I've traveled with him before. I think so. Zara, as always, here. We've got lots and lots of different people here. Hi from the Maldives. That is one of my dream locations. Awesome. So again, if you know an alternative to what a waitress or a waiter might say, definitely write it in the comments. Okay? So after you tell them, oh yes, there's 4 people in our party, you can say, follow me. Or you can say, the waiter might say, follow me, right this way, or come with me. And that basically means, yep, you can come in and let's go and find your table. Yes, Pedro, this is me. So Pedro is one of my friends from Belo Horizonte in Brazil, and we actually went to a beautiful waterfall together. So great to see you here. That's fantastic. Awesome. Okay. Now, you've arrived at the table and the waiter or waitress might ask you, before you've looked at the menu or anything, they might say, to start, would you like something to drink? And normally you don't need a menu to look at this. The menu is the list of food that you have. You don't normally need to look at a menu because you can choose from, a soda, Coca-Cola, Fanta, or you can ask for a water. You can get house water, which is just from the tap, or you can get bottled water. And you can also, if you want to order a beer or some wine, it is Friday after all, Then you can ask to see the drinks menu. How to order. Again, if you've listened to any of our podcasts, let me just make this bigger. If you've listened to our podcast episode on how to be polite in English or how to, complain in English, you know that English is a very, very polite language when we are in, formal situations or where we don't know the other person. So I would like. You can see that that's a modal verb. Can I please have? Notice please. It's really important to use please when you are asking for something. And I will have. Again, we love our modal verbs. I wonder if anyone has an alternative to this, or someone has something extra to order. So I usually prefer to drink water. That's fantastic. I also like to drink water when I go out as well. Fantastic. House water or bottled water? I think depends on where I am, but I think I prefer bottled water. Good. Can I please have a glass of water? Yes, you can. Absolutely. Okay, and Andrea, she says, we are very polite. That is very, very true. All right, let's continue on. Before we continue on, if you want to learn how, us natives actually really speak, how we connect our words together and how we are polite, you're going to love our Real Life Native Immersion course. It's a 41-week course, and you're going to learn all the skills of how natives really communicate. And do you know what? The best part about this, and I know I say this every week, but it's true. The best part about this is you can try it for free today with our free 3-part power learning series. And it is the first link in the description. So make sure you check that out. We all love a freebie, right? A freebie is something free. Awesome. Okay, fantastic. We have... can I have a cuppa? Shayla, I think you are... A cuppa is a cup of tea. That's great. That's awesome. So the next speaking event, guys, I wonder if, Agnieszka, you could possibly answer that question. We have speaking events all the time. I think maybe Monday, but I'm not too sure. Alrighty. So let's continue on. Now, after you've ordered a drink, the person might say to you, here's the menu. We have 3 specials today. And a special is normally a popular dish, or it's normally a dish that is only served on a certain day. So, for example, the special on Sunday is the Sunday roast. When I lived in Australia, my grandmother and I used to go to the local restaurant or the local where you eat food, and she would always get a Sunday roast. And that was the special because you can only buy it on Sunday. Yeah, good. Oh, a complimentary glass of wine. Wow, you're lucky if you are getting a complimentary glass of wine. So complimentary means that it's included and you don't have to pay extra. Awesome. Okay. So, we have a good question here. What's the difference between a popular restaurant and a famous restaurant? So a popular restaurant is a restaurant that a lot of people go to. So, for example, regular people like me or you or anybody. We're not regular, we're special. A famous restaurant would be an award-winning restaurant. So maybe the chef is famous. Maybe they own books. Maybe they have a TV show or something like that. So that's the difference there. Alrighty. Waiter or the waitress will say to you, are you ready to order? Can I take your order? Or what would you like to order? Now, these are just 3 ways that a waiter or a waitress might ask you what you want to eat. I wonder, does anybody know of more alternatives? What other things can a waiter or a waitress say to ask the customer if they are ready to order their food? Okay. While we wait, that's a good question. Do you give a tip to the waiter or waitress in Australia? Depends where you are. In the cities, you might, but normally we don't because, again, it comes back to we pay a lot of money for our food, and the waitresses and the waiters, they receive an okay wage to live in Australia. So normally we don't, but it's nice if you do. What would you like to order? What would you like to have? That is also a really informal, great one. That's great. Fantastic. What would you like me to bring you? Yeah, okay, you could say that. All right, let's continue on. So, once you say, yes, I am ready to order, the waiter might say to you, what would you like to start? And to start is your entree. So it's normally the smaller food. It's normally, something to make you feel in the mood to eat a little bit more, okay? So what would you like to start is the little entree dish, the first dish. The second dish is, and for your main meal, so your main meal might be chicken and vegetables, it might be a big pizza, it might be a hamburger and chips, or it might be something a little bit more fancy, like a seafood risotto or a chicken pasta or anything like that. So it's the big dish that you eat, the big dish. It's important to note, I hear some people say plate. My favorite plate is, but plate is a bad translation. So it's important to say, if someone says to you, what is your favorite meal? You could say, my favorite meal is, or my favorite dish is. But don't use plate because it doesn't translate. Plate is what you eat off. Okay? All right. Excellent. I have a question here. What is the difference between what can I help you with and how can I help you? There's no difference. There's no difference at all. It's just a different way to ask the same question. That's great. Awesome. Could we use any kind of strong word to use when ordering in the restaurant? I'm not sure what you mean there, but if you want to order, again, it goes back to let me show you my last slide. So the waiter asks you what you want, and then you would say again, I'd like, can I please have, I'll have. So it's the same for ordering drinks and it's the same for ordering food. Again, really polite, super nice. Okay, good. So you've eaten, all right? You have eaten, and when you finish your meal, you want to leave. So you can ask for, can we have the bill, please? Or can we have the check, please? I believe check is American, and we say bill in Australia and the United States. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention about dessert. Dessert is the sweet thing at the end. It might be an ice cream, it might be cake or something like that. So you order, you ask for the bill. And the waiter will say to you, how would you like to pay? How would you like to pay? Because there are options, right? You can pay with card, you can pay with cash, which is on the next one. You can also pay separately or part of a group. So imagine you go with your friends to a restaurant and there's 10 of you. Chaos, right? You're probably going to want to pay separately. So, this isn't the bill. This is actually about the Parque Nacional National Park in Rio. But imagine this is the bill, and you go through and you say, okay, yeah, Ollie, I had this, and I had this. Okay, you add it up. Oh, I'm going to pay separately. I'm going to pay with my card, with my debit card. But if you go with your family, then you might say, we're going to pay it all together, and it's just on one bill. Kunal says, I would pay through cashless. I believe that means you just tap your card, and that is also, that is paid. Okay. Oh, that's an interesting question. Who usually pays in Australia, a man or a woman? They both pay, No, what's the word? I forget the word. No sexual discrimination here. Everybody can pay. All right. Can I pay? Yeah, but make sure you say, please. Can I pay, please? Okay, fantastic. Now, I've had a lot of I've seen a lot of comments about the speaking app and people wanting it to be open all the time. And if you don't know about our podcast and speaking app, it is a fantastic app. Every episode, the last 15 episodes now have a transcript. So when you listen to Ethan, Andrea, and myself on the podcast, you can also listen and read at the same time. And probably my favorite thing about this app is the speaking part, because you are able to practice your speaking with short conversations for people with people, all around the world, which is awesome. If you want to try out the speaking app, it's free at the moment. It's free. I've left a link in the description below. I believe it is the second link. And just follow the link, and you can sign up there. And I can see, check out our app here. It's reallifeglobal.com/reallifeapp. Hazmath, welcome. It's good to see you again. I haven't seen you in a long time, so welcome to this live English lesson. Okay, can you pay by your phone? Absolutely. If the restaurant has that capability, yeah, of course. Awesome. Alrighty. Fantastic. Okay, good. Now is my favorite part. We're going to have a conversation. Let me make this bigger so you can see. We are going to have a speaking conversation, all right? So I'm going to speak, and then I'm going to pretend to listen to you. So I want you to speak back to me. I am W for waiter, WWW, and you are C, I'm not sure which way it goes, C for customer. Okay? No gender discrimination. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you, Vandana. Thank you for that. Okay. So I'm going to make this bigger so everyone can see this. This is our role play, okay? It's the speaking part of the lesson. Now, when I ask you what you want to drink or what you want to eat, you can say anything, okay? You can say anything because it doesn't matter. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds to quickly read the W parts to plan for yourself. And then in about 20 seconds, we're going to start this conversation. Okay? Ten seconds. Okay, I'm back. If you don't understand, one more time explaining. I am W for waiter. You are C. Okay? So I want you to use the phrases that I have taught you, or the phrases that you already know, and we are going to have a conversation together. Are you ready? Can I get an yeah in the comments if you are ready, if you understand, and if you are, going to take this on? Oh yeah. Can I get an yeah? Can I get an yeah? Can I get an yeah? Oh yeah. I want 172 yes. Oh, we're getting yes. Okay, very good. Anissa, hi. Bonjour. How are you going? Getting lots of yes. All right. Let's start. Welcome to the Real Life English restaurant. I'm your waiter, Ollie. How many of you will be dining tonight? This is where you ask for a table of 2. Okay, great. 2 people. Follow me this way. Here is your table. Here is the menu. Would you like something to drink to start with? Oh, interesting choice. I love red wine. Or if you don't drink red wine, I also love Coca-Cola. Okay. Are you ready to order your starter and your main meal? Okay, what would you like for your starter and for your main meal? Oh, yes, interesting choices there. Beautiful. And would you like anything for dessert? Okay, so now you've ordered everything. I'm going to go to the kitchen. The chef is going to cook the meal, and then they're going to bring it back. And now you're eating. Now it's time to ask for the bill. Of course. How would you like to pay? Yes, you can pay with cash and with card. So, yeah, you can pay with card and you can pay with cash. No problem. Did you enjoy your meal? Of course you did. This is the Real Life English restaurant. Of course you enjoyed your meal. That's a silly question, Ollie. Connor wants to pay cashless. Thank you so much for coming to the Real Life English restaurant. I hope you enjoyed your meal and that you will come back soon. And as always, can you leave us a 5-star review on Google to help other people come and eat at this beautiful restaurant? And now you're going to thank me, and I say, goodbye, see you next time. Don't go, don't go. The live is not over. Okay, awesome. So that was just a little fun exercise. If you need to go back and listen again, this live will be saved on the Real Life English YouTube channel. There's also a playlist with all of the live lessons. I think this is lesson number 7. So if you want to go back and practice, you can do that. And also, you can even pause the video, pause the lesson, and pretend to be both the waiter and the customer, so you are practicing both sides of the story. If you liked that exercise and you want to see more of these exercises in our lessons, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Okay, everyone. Oh man, these speaking practices are so cool. Of course they are. That's amazing. Before I go, I just want to let you know that I appreciate everybody commenting and participating in this live English lesson. And if you're watching on replay, also thank you for joining me. I hope you found the lesson useful. As I said at the start, I'm going to be live on the Real Life English Instagram page now. And you can ask me any question that you would like. And that's it for today's lesson. So I want to say thank you again. And on 3, we're going to do an ah yeah. 1, 2, 3. Ah yeah.